Welcome into the Michigan Football Report here on a Tuesday. Folks, we've got some breaking news, some breaking rumors more than anything. I'm not going to actually classify this as news. Some breaking rumors out there on the internet. Jim Harbaugh to the NFL. Rumors once again. I think this time there's going to be a lot of people that put some validity behind these rumors. I am not yet in that camp, but FootballScoop.com, who makes their mark every year around mid to late December through early January with NFL and college football coaching rumors. They have put out there that Jim Harbaugh and his representatives, who I might add, he has none. Jim Harbaugh does not have an agent, had a lawyer negotiate his contract with Michigan, let his agent go, who said it was an NFL-only agent in 2014. They say Harbaugh and his representatives are eyeing an exit to the NFL to get a head coaching job after this season. Here's what they have to say. The report says Harbaugh's reps, which, by the way, unless he's hired some in the last few weeks, he doesn't have any reps. Maybe his lawyer, Todd Anson, who is not involved with the NFL or coaching searches altogether, are eyeing on getting Harbaugh back to the NFL. And it goes on to say, their source says, that both sides could claim that Harbaugh left the program better than he found it, which, in a lot of ways would be a good thing. Harbaugh, public relations-wise, could put on a brave front and even come back to Michigan, not as a lost soul like Brady Hoke or Rich Rodriguez, but a welcome return like a Lori Carr, Gary Moeller, Bo Schembechler. So Harbaugh 43-16 in his 4.5 seasons now at Michigan, has had quite the career. Some could say his least amount of success is at the University of Michigan, 29-6 in 3 years at San Diego, which included two division NAIA national championships in his second and third years, where he went 11-1. I believe it was 7-4 the first year, followed by 11-1, 11-1. Stanford took an 0-12 program the year before he got there to 11-1 his final year in 2010, and then 4 years with the 49ers. NFC title game, Super Bowl, NFC title game, and then an 8-8 finish as things kind of fell apart there as the rumors to Michigan took hold of that 2014 season for Harbaugh. 43-16 in 59 games at the University of Michigan. So I want to ask you guys, with this rumor out there that's now being piled on, I've seen 24/7 Sports and Webster and Saturday Down South. This is not a story that's going away, so don't try and blame me for this one. But I want to know from you guys. My job is to report what we know out there. Do you believe the Harbaugh to NFL rumors? Type Y for yes, type N for no. I'm not going to say no, that there's not a chance he could go to the NFL, or that might not be his destination next season. I don't necessarily believe the Football Scoop report that Harbaugh's got representatives eyeing jobs out there this early in the season, October 22nd. I'm not buying this report. I'm not going to say necessarily that Harbaugh won't end up there. To be determined. See what happens the rest of this year and how Harbaugh really feels, coming out of this fifth year at the University of Michigan. But the game is Saturday night, folks, under the lights in Ann Arbor. The third time Michigan will face Notre Dame under the lights at Michigan Stadium. And if you can't be at the game, you're going to watch it live. You're going to watch it from your television set. Do it with the MyTV Choice app. You've heard us talk about MyTV Choice before. It's the best way to watch live sports, and they are featuring the Michigan Notre Dame game this week. Chatsports.com/MyTV lets you download it for iPhone, and all you got to do is launch the app when the game starts, sync it to your Wi-Fi, and when the game goes to commercials, instead of watching those boring Allstate commercials with NFL quarterbacks you don't like, you get to watch great videos from Chat Sports and other news outlets while the commercials are on. Game comes back, boom, TV is right back to the game. Go get MyTV Choice now. Chatsports.com/MyTV will drop you right into the Apple App Store. But this is not the first time Jim Harbaugh has been rumored to the NFL. This is becoming basically an every year occurrence, maybe every other year. I think every year at some level we've heard these rumors, although some would say in 2017 with Michigan losing their last three games, Wisconsin, Ohio State, and the bowl game, that there wasn't a ton of a desire for Harbaugh. Maybe that's the same thing this year, but 3 of the last 4 years. 2016. A lot of rumors coming out there. Michigan gets up to number 2 in the country right before signing day. Harbaugh to the NFL rumors come out. Harbaugh calls the people starting those rumors jive turkeys. Dan Murphy's ESPN got the quote. He said, Harbaugh says rumors coming from coaches trying to affect recruiting, right? They're trying to make guys flip at the last minute from Michigan to other schools. The top 3 I'm talking about. He's talking about coaches that start the rumors on him. I'm going to guess here. Who do we think those jive turkeys are? Nick Saban? Nick Saban, Urban Meyer at the time. Who were the four? Mark D'Antonio? Is that possibly the other one? I don't know. Potentially Mark D'Antonio. Could be Dabo Swinney because of the whole Rashawn Gary thing a year before. You never know who Harbaugh is talking about, but apparently whoever he said this quote to says they're pretty obvious. Then, 2018, to Adam Schefter, Harbaugh did a quick little interview, and he said, this is a choreographed message that comes up every time this year at signing day. People trying to spreading messages to further their own personal agenda. He's on the record right now. I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying at Michigan. We have big plans here, and there's a lot we want to accomplish. That was several weeks after the Ohio State loss last fall, 2018. Harbaugh said that before the bowl game loss to Florida, and now, today, 3 days after Michigan loses in devastating fashion to Penn State, a near comeback victory, or at least a comeback to push it to overtime, and FootballScoop is out there reporting that they have sources claiming that Jim Harbaugh's representatives, whoever they are out there trying to push Jim Harbaugh into potential open NFL jobs. You'll see we've got one job open up so far. Is that right, Tom Downey in the back? One job open up. Potentially as many as 7 or 8 jobs will come up throughout the next 6 to 8 weeks until we get to that Black Monday, the Monday after the NFL season concludes. So that is the word out there from FootballScoop. The game is 5 days away. Michigan, Notre Dame, under the lights. I want to put $25 in someone's pocket. So here's what we're going to do, folks. Comment below on this video in the comment section on YouTube. Number 19 Wolverines host the number 8 Fighting Irish with 1 loss. Still have some outside potential chances for them to make it into the college football playoff. You predict the score, and you got to say which team's going to win. The first one to do it, I'm going to send you $25 after the game sometime next week via Venmo. So predict the score below. Michigan, Notre Dame, Saturday night under the lights in Ann Arbor. The Wolverines have 5 games left this season. Starting Saturday, not an easy slate. You've got probably your three biggest games as far as perception. The games, I never hear anybody talk about what Jim Harbaugh's record is versus Penn State or Wisconsin or any other teams until the week of those games. But these 3 games, Notre Dame, Michigan State, Ohio State, if you win those 3 games, I think this season, in a lot of ways, people will say, was an unfortunate turn of events, but successful, but not as successful as it could be. But if you win these, 3 of these last 5 games at least, Ohio State, Notre Dame, Michigan State, I think a lot of folks would call it a successful turnaround after a rough start with the Josh Gattis offense. So number 8, Notre Dame, then Maryland. You've got a bye week on November 9th, so you can all take in that LSU-Alabama 1-2 game. Then it's Michigan State at home, on the road to Indiana, who's given Michigan tons of trouble, not just with Jim Harbaugh, Brady Hoke, Rich Rodriguez. The last 10 years has been a lot of trouble with Indiana. And then following up against number 3 Ohio State, who, unless they drop a game, will be number 2, if not better, when they come into Ann Arbor on November 30th, the Thanksgiving weekend game that there is every year for Michigan and Ohio State. Folks, if you want to bet the Michigan game, they are favored against Notre Dame. If you want to bet any NFL, college football, or NBA games, they're getting going tonight. NBA season tips off. Do it with our partner, BetDSI, chatsports.com/bet. Get you promo code GOBLUE. We got it just for you guys. 120% deposit bonus. You're putting 100 to get going on sports betting. You have an extra 120. Gives you a little bit of a little leeway to get your feet wet with gambling on sports. It makes every game more enjoyable. And if you're going to do it with our partner, BetDSI, chatsports.com/bet. Promo code GOBLUE. Let's take a look at where Jim Harbaugh ranks in the last 50 years since Bo Schembechler took the Michigan job in 1969 to now, 2019. Schembechler went 194, 48, and 5. I believe there's 13 Big Ten titles or shares of Big Ten titles in his 21 seasons. I think Big Ten titles now are worth a lot more than they were back in the day when sometimes 3 schools will get to claim a Big Ten title after 6-2, 7-1 records in the conference. But Bo went near the 800, 796. Gary Moeller, only 4 seasons, was fired for an incident outside of the football field after his 4th season. His 5th season, his 5th season, 758. Lloyd Carr, 122 and 40, a 753 winning percentage. Rich Rod, 15 and 22 in 3 years, a 405 winning percentage. And then Brady Hoke, after a hot start of 11 and 2 in 2011, he went 31 and 20, a 608 winning percentage. Jim Harbaugh, 43 and 16, a .729 win percentage in his 4+ years as head coach at Michigan. But I want to know from you guys. I'm going to call some people, put together my sources on this one. If these rumors are true, or if they become true, if something else happens and Jim Harbaugh is not at Michigan next year, who would you hire to replace Jim Harbaugh? I've got a couple candidates I like. I'm going to put together a list of 5 candidates that I really like for a show tomorrow. So that's coming Wednesday, so stay tuned for that one. And I've got some pipe dreams, some coaches I really wouldn't like, but I want to know from you guys. PJ Fleck, Bob Stoops. Those are my top 2 candidates. Stoops, young enough to take the role, get Michigan back to where they need to be. PJ Fleck, in a lot of ways, is one of the few up-and-coming guys under 40 that's out there that I think Michigan could realistically get as their head coach. Thanks so much for watching this special breaking edition of the Michigan Football Report. I've got some more shows for you right here. I've got our Michigan football grades and our Michigan football offensive Q&A about Jim Harbaugh, Josh Gattis, and Shea Patterson. And if you haven't yet, guys, hit the subscribe button here. Get us to that next milestone, 6,000 YouTube subscribers. Go Blue.